Live from Mediacom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena. It is day 2 of the Route 66 Showcase and game 2 for Missouri State as they take on the University of Mississippi. Hello, everybody. We have a packed house here for this game. I'm Steve Casson along with our cameraman Scotty Rice and our statistician Matt Reisner as Missouri State, after yesterday's victory, a 3-2 win over Nebraska, and boy, was that a big victory for the Ice Bears. When those two teams met about a month ago, it was Missouri State. They were stunned. They suffered an 8-1 and a 5-1 defeat, but yesterday they turn around and they capture the win 3-2 over the number 3 Nebraska Huskers. But today, it'll be the Ice Bears taking on the University of Mississippi Rebels, who come in at number 9 in ACHA Division III play, and the Ice Bears ranked at number 11. For the Ice Bears, they scored a couple of goals, one late in the first period to tie things up against Nebraska, and then 2 consecutive power play goals, and that was a key for Missouri State. They held on and they won 3-2. In earlier action today, Nebraska and Arkansas, a 3-2 win for Nebraska. They took a 2-0 lead in the first on Jonathan Cowley and Stephen Dole's goals. And then Arkansas, they scored 2 in the second. Grant Deacon and Kerry Rees. And it was all tied up after a scoreless third period, but it was Jordan Hank, his 20th goal of the season. He won the game 1 minute and 15 seconds into overtime for Nebraska, and they take that 3-2 victory in overtime against Arkansas. And a game just moments ago, just concluded. It was the University of Wisconsin-Platteville and Kansas. Well, the Jayhawks took an 8-3 victory. Dawson Engel with 3 goals, Dane Johnson with 2, and all 3 of Wisconsin-Platteville's goals, they were all on the power play, but they do fall. 8-3 is the final score here at the Route 66 Showcase. It's been called several different things. It's been called the MSU Showcase, the Pacific Showcase. Well, the Route 66 Showcase is kind of what we've decided on or settled on, and had talked to head coach Cody Blevins and said, Cody, what do you want to call it? And he said, let's just call it that. So that's what it will be, as of course Route 66 flows right through Springfield. In fact, Route 66 is probably less than a block away from this ice park. In fact, it's behind us. There is kind of a trail that became Route 66, and it's that close to us. Way back when they used to travel from Chicago to the West Coast. Moments away from getting this game underway, and we will hear from our public address announcer, Kevin Thorough. Starting goaltenders for both teams. For Missouri State, in nets, it will be Graham Nave. Nave this season, in 9 games, he's 4-4 with a .303 goals against average and an .892 save percentage. For the Ice Bears, who come in now at 7-6-1, and boy, was it a difference. Again, just about a month or so ago, the Ice Bears were 1-6-1, things looking dismal, and all of a sudden the Ice Bears turned things around, and now they have a above 500 record at 7-6-1 this season. University of Mississippi Rebels, they will start Cameron Parent in net. In 7 games, he's 5-0 with a 2.09 goals against average and a .918 save percentage, that is. Let's join Kevin Thorough for the introduction of the starting lineups.
At a record of 7-6-1. Now who's ready for some Missouri State Ice Bears hockey? Tonight is sure to be a great matchup between these two teams, and we thank you fans for attending tonight's matchup. Let's get started with tonight's opening lineups. Starting for the Ole Miss Rebels, at a forward, number 23, Scott Harlan. Starting at a forward, number 14, Anthony Pellegrino. Starting at a forward, number 2, Cole Chatham. Starting on defense for the Rebels, number 22, Braden Storner. Starting on defense, number 5, Nathan Sullivan. And in the net tonight for the Ole Miss Rebels, number 1, Cameron Parent. The Rebels are coached by head coach Josh Herbert and assistant coaches Brendan Parsons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the heart of Springfield, Missouri, on the east rink of the beautiful Jordan Valley Ice Park, the house that Stan built. Everyone on your feet, it's time. Let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at a forward, number 18, Nathan Dallas. Starting at a forward, number 25, Sean Sullivan. Starting at a forward, number 19, Christopher Rita. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 8, Brandon Baldwin. Just kidding, that's Brett Houston. Starting on defense, number 24, Jake Stewart. And starting in goal tonight for your Missouri State Ice Bears, number 50, Graham Teapot Nave. The Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coaches B.J. Norman, Tyler Ellis, and Jacob Keller. And ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your referees for tonight's game. Referee Craig Smith, assistant referee Matt Spaeth, and assistant to the assistant referee Mark Crossbar Marzula. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to take a moment of silence to remember James Minier. James was the father of our beloved scorekeeper, Georgia Powell, and grandfather to head coach Cody Blevins. James was a Christian and a member of the Seymour Nazarene Church, and he enjoyed watching the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team and loved supporting his children and grandchildren at their sporting events. James is survived by his wife Nancy, 5 children Georgia, Wes, Dale, Mila, and Terry, and 3 grandsons Alvin, Nathan, and Cody, and 1 great-granddaughter Kennedy Blevins. As he is no longer here with us physically, he will always be in our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment of silence to remember James at this time. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps for this evening's presentation of the National Anthem.
Our national anthem here at Mediacom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Game 2 for Missouri State at the Route 66 Classic. The Ice Bears ranked number 11 in ACHA Division III Pacific play, and the University of Mississippi Rebels are ranked number 9. I'll tell you what, you really don't want to look forward to a matchup, but tomorrow Missouri State plays Kansas, and Kansas has just rolled over everybody. We'll see what happens in tomorrow's game, but we need to think about this one right now, as both teams are undefeated. Of course, Ole Miss with a 4-2 win over the University of Wisconsin-Platteville on Friday, and the Ice Bears with their 3-2 win over Nebraska. Last season, Kansas took the showcase. A lot of shocking victories for teams last season, but we'll see what happens here. I'm Steve Casson along with Scotty Rice, our cameraman, and Matt Reesner, our statistician, here as we are moments away from dropping the puck. The Ice Bears will skate from the left to the right, and the Rebels of Ole Miss from the right to the left, and quickly it's back in the Missouri State zone. It'll be taken away by the Ice Bears, and Jake Stewart to the half boards. That's as far as he goes. Now behind the net, working the puck for the Rebels is Anthony Pellegrino. Still behind the net. Opportunity now for Scott Harlan. He gets it to the far side. The Ice Bears will have possession. They work it up the middle and are able to clear it out to center off the stick of Christopher Rita. Puck all the way back in the Rebel zone. Ole Miss sets things up the middle. It's held in. Good play by Brett Houston to kick it over to Rita. Off of his stick, we come the other way. Cole Chatham. Cross-ice pass on the right side. Works it to Scott Harlan. Harlan gets pulled down, penalty. It'll be against Missouri State, the first one of this hockey game. And it will go against the Ice Bears. Going into the penalty box for Missouri State will be Jake Stewart. He goes in 2 minutes. They're going to call trip. The Ice Bears on the power play, or excuse me, on the penalty kill, 10 for 57, 82.5%. The power play for the Rebels just 5 for 30 at 16%. Drive in, Nave makes the save as the shot came from the right side from Michael Jerko, and it's cleared out to center. 18:56 remaining in the first period and no score. In yesterday's game, Missouri State trailed 1-0 early on in the first period. We'll see what happens here. Comes right up the middle. It'll be taken by Robert Stager. Sager with it. Cross-ice pass over to Kurt Lundhorst. Now to Sager again. He shoots, just missed wide to the left side. Battling for it, and a spin-around shot, and a great opportunity for Connor Silk is held onto by Graham Nave. 18:28 to go in the period. 1:17 remaining in the power play, and still no score. Face off to the right of Nave. And off the draw. It is won by the Rebels, and a shot off the glove of Nave. Came from Brandon Storner. And Storner, will he tee it up again? He's down the middle. He does save. Nave, rebound loose, and he's able to cover it up. 1:03 to go on the power play. And immediately, Ole Miss with an opportunity to get the goal here. They already have 3 shots unofficially on the scoreboard. Face off to the right of Nave. In to take the draw for the Ice Bears was Mitchell Dooley, and he wins it from Grant Rodfeld. Now left side again, Storner drops it down, and as he sent it down in low, it was gloved by Nave. He'll hold on. 54 seconds remaining in the power play. 18:05 to go in this first period. And for the most part, it's been all Ole Miss. Ice Bears took a penalty, and they've been in the Ole Miss's offensive zone this whole time. Chatham, high slot. Once again, a drive that's blocked, and it was Storner to get it again. A rebound in front by Storner from the left side this time, and Nave is able to cover up and hold on. Final game of day 2 here. Again, if you joined us late, earlier it was 3-2 Nebraska in overtime over Arkansas, and Kansas 8-3 over Wisconsin Platteville. Platteville's goals, all 3 of them were on the power play. Ice Bears can't clear it. Comes off the side of the net. Nave with the save. Rebound up the middle. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Ice Bears do clear it out to center ice. A bouncing puck to Sean Sullivan, and he does get control. Thinks better of it and will retreat back in his own zone. Helped in by Justin Koch. And the Ice Bears have not changed yet. 17:26 to go on the period. And 12 seconds remaining in the power play. Still no score. Now left side, Sullivan. That is Nathan Sullivan behind the net. He's going to work the puck. Now with 2 seconds remaining, and that'll do it. Power play is over. Out of the box is Stewart, and all the way down, it'll go into the Old Miss zone. Brandon Storner out of Belleville, Illinois, the defenseman, sends it in the zone. Stopped by Nave, been racing to get to it. Old Miss does. It comes right up the middle. That man that raced was Rodfeld, and it's cleared out to center. Churro will able to clear it into the zone, and it's helped further in now by the stick of Connor Silk. Ice Bears able to clear it. They do change some tired players. They get it down into the Old Miss zone, and Missouri State will change up. They were offside. That was yelled by the official. Kurt Lunghorst out of St. Charles, Missouri. He'll set it up behind his own net for Ole Miss. Lead pass is gloved down. That was too hot to handle for Austin Graff, and he spins around and chips it in the zone. 5 shots unofficially for Ole Miss. Puck behind the net, and the Ice Bears will have possession. Working it is Brett Houston. Gets it to the corner. Now it's Michael Churro, as Houston's pass was taken away by Ole Miss. Churro waiting for it on the left side. Instead, it'll go to the corner and back behind the net. And now to the far side boards. Ice Bears finally able to get it out. It'll come to Evan Lasansky. Left side, Lasansky with some room. He shoots, and a pad save by Cameron Parent. And the rebound comes right out in front, and Parent has to sprawl to make sure it doesn't go in the net. Puck is cleared all the way down. Icing will be the call. 15:40 to go in the period. Icing will bring it back into the Old Miss zone, and Rebels cannot change. They looked to try to sneak past the goaltender or the official, and he said no, can't do it. Craig Smith and Matt Spaeth are the referees. Mark Marzola is the linesman. Face-off in the Rebel zone. A shot that's partially blocked. That one came off the stick of Nathan Hendricks. Nathan Dallas was right there to try to put it in, but we're going to get a whistle and a penalty behind the play. This one is probably holding the stick, and it looks like Seeger's going to go. It is. 2 minutes for holding the stick on Seeger. So the Ice Bears on the power play, 12 for 51, 23.5%, But if you look at Mississippi's penalty kill, this is unbelievable numbers. They've allowed 2 for 31, 93.6%, and they've scored, that is, 2 short-handed goals. So very difficult to score with the man advantage on the Rebels. We'll see if the Ice Bears can change that. No score here. A shot in by Ted Cardinale is saved. Rebound. It's clear to the corner and out. Cardinale will set things up for Missouri State. Cross ice pass. It goes over to Brendan Baldwin off of his stick, and the Ice Bears will retreat. They have 1:42 to go in the power play. Move it across the line and finally get it into the zone. Left side, Rita now to the right side, top of the right dot. Rita still with it, looking for some help. Doesn't have it, goes behind the net. Rita still with it. Now to the left side, they'll work it to Justin Koch. He gets a shot, it's blocked. Rebound in front, and the second effort shot is blocked up the middle. Ice Bears have it to Cardinale, top of the right side, and a block, huge block as Nathan Sullivan got down and dove and was able to clear it back out. Line change for the Rebels. Ice Bears give it up to Cardinale. Missouri State has not changed their their penalty or power play guys, that is, just yet. Now it's dropped down by Baldwin, and he trips a man but gets away with it. Milson, that is Harris Milson, was upended, and the puck is cleared with 56 seconds remaining in the power play for Missouri State. Still no score here in the first period. 14-17 remaining. Cardinale looking for Dallas down the middle. He gets shoved behind the net. Once he gets control, low along the goal line to the near side, he sends it right up the middle. Gray with a drive and a big save there. Now to the far side, kicked in and held in. Good play by Stuart Hopkins. Drop down to Dallas. He'll have it low along the left face-off circle. Ice Bears change one man up. That's Houston. Now they crisscross. Give it over to Gray on the right side. Gray shoots, save, rebound loose. It's dropped down and cleared by Kurt Lundhorst all the way down. Good movement for Missouri State, but nothing to show for with 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Shots have gotten closer. It's now 5-4 in favor of Ole Miss. Ice Bears with one last ditch effort. 2 seconds and they go offside. Christian Cuzo in the zone too soon. Offside with 13:30 to go. The power play just expired, and so the face-off will come outside the zone. Coming in to take the draw for the Ice Bears is Carl Robello, and he does win it, but Missouri State doesn't have possession, and it's all the way down to the Ice Bears' end. Grabbed by Nathan Hendricks. Flipped off the board, stays in the zone. It's Storner with it. Dropped it down in low to the half boards. Lundhorst, no, that's number 2, Cole Chatham. Chatham still with the puck. Works it down in low, behind the net, and the Ice Bears will try to move it. Again, it's sent down by Chatham out of Belleville, Illinois, the forward. Now we get a shot off the side of the net, and it's held on to by Graham Nave. Mentioned our next game right here, Missouri State and Kansas, 2:30 p.m. Sunday. We'll have it for you right here from Mediacom Ice Park. We hope you'll tune in for that. But right now, this game between the Ice Bears and the Rebels, no score with 12:53 to go in the period. Here is a shot left side that's partially blocked as Sullivan got that. Flipped up over the net to the far side boards. A big hit applied by Mitchell Doyley. And the Ice Bears will able to finally get it out of harm's way. 12:38 to go in the period, no score. Coming up at the first period intermission, have a interview with Katie Cuesta. Yes, I said Katie. She is a goaltender for Ole Miss. We'll have a talk with her. 12:23 remaining in the period. Puck cleared off the boards. Here come the Rebels. Working it is Seeger. Robert with 2 goals and 5 assists for the St. Louis man. Puck is cleared out to center and tipped in back into his own net off the stick of Austin Graff. Ice Bears Rita steals the puck. Gets it on a bouncing puck to the middle, but it's taken away and cleared by Seeger all the way down. On goal, no icing. 11:56 remains. Puck to the near side. Randall Bailey had it, sent it right back in. Actually, no, that was 17. That was Rodfeld. So Grant Rodfeld was the one. Still in the Missouri State zone, back behind the net. Nave doesn't know if it's going to left or going to the right, but the Ice Bears finally get it momentarily, and Nave has to make a save. as the spin-around shot by Austin Graff after the Ice Bears coughed up the puck in the high slot was saved. Now here another opportunity, and Missouri State breaks out a 3-on-3. They're going to work it quickly. 11:18 to go in the scoreless first period. Dallas breaks free, gets around Roadfeld. Dallas still with it for Missouri State. The official gets out of a high stick that was up around his face, and he had to duck underneath it. And now it's a line change for Ole Miss. Here comes Gray down the middle of the right face-off dot, poked away from him. Ice Bears have it again. Now a backhander, left-hander, score by Cardinelli! Ice Bears get on the scoreboard first as Missouri State takes the lead here at 9:05 of the period. And it's 1-0 Ice Bears. Cardinelli will get the goal. And for Ted, that is his 8th goal of the season. We'll catch the call from public address announcer Kevin Thurl. We know there'll be an assist on the backhander, but it is a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. Koch with a shot, and Cardinelli tips
Missouri
another
State
one.
Ice Bears goal scored by number 90, Ted Cardinelli. Assisted by number 7, Nick Gray. And by number 25, Sean Sullivan. Time of the goal at 9:05 of the first period, scored by number 90, assisted by number 7 and number 25. That's a Missouri State Ice Bears goal!
So 10-11 to go in the period and a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. And unfortunately, we didn't get that one on replay. Now we're set up for that. Shots are 8-7 in favor of Ole Miss. Ice Bears lead 1-0. A spin-around shot up the middle. Waiting for it was Michael Chiro. We're going to get a penalty. It's a delayed call against the Ice Bears. Shot in, save, Nave, as Storner got that one, but it's a penalty against Missouri State. It's an interference call, and going into the box for the Ice Bears will be Brandon Baldwin. So the Ice Bears, who lead 1-0, with 9:47 to go in the period, will find themselves shorthanded once again. Face off to the right of Nave. Missouri State ranked number 11. Ole Miss number 9 after the new rankings that just came out less than a couple of days ago. Now playing catch on the right side. Rebels work it. Storner gets it down below. Now they instead come from Scott Harlan playing the right side to Storner on the left. Storner with it. He'll work it to the half boards. Looking for a return pass. Storner on the left side. Comes down the middle. He shoots, and it was kicked in front, and a big save there. 1:25 to go on the power play. 1-0 Missouri State. Storner again goes to the right side. Working it now. Left side drive. Oh, what a save! Huge save as Anthony Pellegrino had a great opportunity. And a big save by Nave, the best one probably of the season by Nave. And Missouri State still has a 1-0 lead. The Ice Bears, with just an unbelievable save by Nave as we get a whistle for a stoppage in play. And we'll see if we can get a look at that one. But Graham Nave coming up huge for Missouri State. And we'll see if we can get a look at that. The next stoppage in play. Meanwhile, off the draw, the puck is sent down into the Ole Miss zone. Lindhorst is there. He'll race past Sullivan of Missouri State. Lindhorst left side. Lindhorst still with it, looking with 44 seconds remaining in the power play. Lindhorst goes to the right side. Now high slot to Churro. Working from Churro in front. Shot, save, rebound. Stager with a shot, or Seeger that is. It's behind the net. Seeger with the backhander, and it's along the line. Churro back to Seeger, right side. He shoots. It's blocked in front, and the Ice Bears can't clear it. Dropped down in low by Churro once again. Now with 19 seconds remaining in the power play. 1-0 Missouri State. It's up the middle, broken up by the Ice Bears, and they do not clear it. It stays in. Grabbed down by Gray, and he finally does in the backhander. It's all the way down with 7:53 to go. Lindhorst, as the Ice Bears finish their line change, will have it for Ole Miss. Right to left across his own bench and back into the Missouri State zone. Near side boards now. It'll be the Ice Bears' Justin Koch. He'll battle for it there. It is taken away from the left circle and cleared all the way down. This will be an icing call. Oh, barely made it for icing. 7:31 remaining. Let's go back and take a look at Graham Nave's unbelievable save. Shot over to the side, and Nave with just a big save there. And, you know, I look at it a second time, and I don't know if maybe it might have hit the post. And not really. Let's see if we can look at it one more time in slow motion. Oh, no, definitely a pad save, as you can take a look at it there. He slid across, and a huge pad save. Missouri State fortunate to still be up 1-0. Puck flipped up into the netting, and this should come outside the zone, as it was flipped up outside the zone. .7:17 remaining in this first period. Shots 11-7 in favor of Ole Miss. Now the Ice Bears have it across the Mississippi line. Puck flipped out to center, and Cardinale misses a swipe at it, and it's Connor Huey. Taken away from him by Carson Komar, and then sent back in by Nick Castellano after he takes a hit. 6:51 to go in the first period, and Missouri State with the 1-0 advantage. Sent all the way down by Komar. Storner with it. Ice Bears trying to work it to the near side. It is off of the stick of Jake Stewart and sent back out. Lead pass, right side, Ben Mitzfield. Trying to get an opportunity, but it was broken up by the Ice Bears' Brett Houston. 6:25 remains in the period. Again, first period interview. Katie Cuesta, goaltender, she is, for Ole Miss. Puck behind the net. Right up the middle, it hit a skate as the backhander from Sullivan hit a skate in between. Now we get an Ice Bear knockdown, no penalty, and play continues. Officials looking right at it. Storner waiting for everyone to get back on side. He'll send it in for Ole Miss, a delayed offside. Puck takes a bad bounce. Good thing it was a delayed offside because it came right up the middle. Now, it is with 5:51 remaining back in the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears will have possession of it. They'll work it across the right side, and we're going to get no icing as the goaltender comes out to touch up. Lindhorst with 5.5 to go in the period. Puck cleared out to center. Good hold by Chatham. And now to the left side, working it to Scott Harlan from Houston, Texas. It comes up the middle. Nave waits for it as it sits through the slot, and then he's able to get a poke at it by Michael Churko. From Cincinnati, Ohio, the 6', 185 left-handed shot with 1 goal and 1 assist for Ole Miss this season. Face off to the right of Nave, won by the Ice Bears. They clear it to the corner, but held in. Picked off by Harlan. Ice Bears intercept. They have it out to center ice. That's as far as it's going to go. And now Ole Miss with possession. Churko. Cross ice goes to Pellegrino. And he'll send it in. Ice Bears out of their own zone. Now they crisscross with a 3-on-3, but they do want a line change. They'll get that change. Kuzo with a shot, blocked by Storner behind the net. Past Kuzo with 4:52 to go. Harlan races in. Scott Harlan out of Houston. He'll work it to the corner, and now it's Harlan to grab it and get it out to center ice. Chipped away and sent right back in by Chatham. Line change for both teams. Missouri State, right side possession to go to Gray, who gets a shot in, an easy one there. It's held on to by Cameron Parent. He's out of Springfield. No, not Missouri. Springfield, Massachusetts. Ice Bears in their own zone. Flipped up off by Rita. It'll come to the corner and out to center ice. Here's a 3-on-2, a 3-on-1. Rita tried to get it over to Dallas, and a good defensive play by Storner, and we come the other way. Ole Miss, left side, Seeger up the middle, shot, and it's blocked behind the net. Good opportunity there. I believe that was Austin Graff who got that one. Now Graff with another tip in front, and it's deflected into the corner. It's out to center. No icing. It's been waved off. The goalie comes out, and Rita gets tripped by the goaltender, and they're wanting a penalty. Are the Ice Bears? No penalty. No penalty at all. Play continues, and Rita tips it in and says, guys, don't worry about it. We'll get this one back. 3:30 to go in the first period. Puck is flipped out to center. And all the way down, no icing with 3:22. Granted, it was kind of an innocent play, but you kind of have to wonder if a penalty could have been called. 3:09 remaining. It's in the Missouri State zone. Now things and liberties are being taken by a couple of players. We might get a penalty here as Houston is trying to push the puck through. Good thing it was moved away because there could have been a penalty there. And on Houston. Now we are going to get a penalty, and it goes against Missouri State. It's going to be a slashing call. And it goes against Houston. And you know they were watching him too. Because earlier he could have got a cross check, and it wasn't. This will be a slashing call. Let's go back and take a look at the goaltender coming out. And yes, you know, I don't know. If Rita was tripped, we kind of got it a little bit too late on the camera work. But Scotty, you're doing a great job, trust me. I know that was just one of those things you just couldn't catch. So a power play now. This should be number 2, I believe. Yep, number 3. That's right, because Stewart, Baldwin, and Houston were all in. So the third one Missouri State has to kill off. Far side boards. It'll go to Sullivan. Now 2.5 to go. Puck will be on the right face-off dot. A shot in, missing wide by Pellegrino. It is cleared out to center and all the way down. It'll be taken by Chatham. To Sullivan. Left side to Pellegrino. He gets pushed off the play by the Ice Bears Baldwin. Now with 1:21 remaining in the power play. Shot in, save. That was by Chatham. And the Ice Bears were able to at least clear it to the line, and it's all the way down. 1:51 remaining. Missouri State with a line change. And 59 seconds to go on the power play. Sullivan to chase for Ole Miss. To the near side to Pellegrino out of Belleville, Illinois. Cross-ice pass, and we're going to get a penalty against Missouri State. Oh, no. Are we going to get it against Ole Miss? It is. It's a holding call. No, we're going to get both. I thought so. Wait. Okay, this is interesting. So Nathan Dallas thought he was going to get a penalty. He's skating to the box, and the referee says, no. It's just one penalty, and it goes against Mississippi. And it's Nathan Sullivan. So that'll be the second penalty against Ole Miss as Sullivan will get called. This one with 1:36 remaining. So we skate 4-on-4 for 46 seconds. So Jerko will send it out to center back in the Missouri State zone. Again in 1:23. Katie Cuesta will be our guest. Goaltender for University of Mississippi. Here is Cardinale right through the crease. Ice Bears trying to work it again. Rita is there. It's 1-0 Ice Bears. Rita gets hit hard, trying to push it as he's double teamed. Lindhorst was there to do that, and it's cleared out to center. Koch has to get back. That is Austin Graff gets pushed a little bit farther down as he was trying to get things set up. Now it's going to be a short power play for Missouri State. 1:06 remaining in that power play. This will be number 2 for the Ice Bears. 38 seconds remaining. Puck comes up the middle, and it's held onto, and Gray gets pushed around. Both number 7s, Lindhorst and Gray, doing some pushing. And then they kind of back up, and with 36.2 seconds remaining, we'll have 59 seconds to go in the power play. So What this means is, barring any further penalties, Missouri State will start on the power play in the second period. Shots 15-10 in favor of Ole Miss. Cleared to the far side by Rodfeld. Ice Bears have it now with 29 seconds. Power play is 52. Houston. And his backhanded pass is outside the zone. Ice Bears had it all set up, and they just didn't work it well. Now Hopkins down the middle. He shoots, missing wide. Shot off the side of the net. Goes wide again. That one by Kuzo. Now Hopkins works it into the corner behind the net. Helping out is Dallas. Goes to Gray at the left side. Works around a man. Now Hopkins down the middle, and no time as he got the shot off. It would not have counted had it gone in. So 1-0 in favor of Missouri State. Cardinale with his 8th goal of the season. Gray and Sullivan with the assists. That goes with 11 assists that Cardinale has. And it's 1-0 in favor of Missouri State. Do not have that, but what we do have is an unbelievable save by Graham Nave, and if it wasn't for him, it would be a 1-1 hockey game right on the doorstep, stretching out his pad, and Missouri State escapes. And then the only other incident we kind of had was a potential trip early on. The goaltender came out, and he tripped Rita, but the officials say, nope, nothing going on there, so just keep playing, guys. And that's what we are going to do when we head into the second period. 22 seconds remaining in the penalty that was assessed to Nathan Sullivan. Shots on goal in the period. Graham Nave faces 15 and 10 on Cameron Parrott. So that's where we are right now with that. And in just a moment, we'll take a break and be back with Katie Cuesta, goaltender for the University of Mississippi Rebels. We'll do that in just a moment. 1-0 Missouri State after 20 minutes of play here from MediaCom Ice Park in the Route 66 Showcase.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We're back at MediaCom Ice Park. Steve Casson now talking with the University of Mississippi Rebels goaltender and Katie Cuesta. Now, it has you from Memphis and from someplace else. Where are you from?
Memphis.
So you are from Memphis. Okay,
Yes.
5'5", 145. And if you're expecting a man's voice, it's not that. Katie is a female goaltender playing on the University of Mississippi. So the first question I have to ask is, does it feel weird to play on a men's team?
No, absolutely not. I've actually, being from Memphis, that's all that is offered. So grew up playing against grown men, guys my age, travel hockey, high school hockey. I played on a girls team, a AAA team, Dallas Stars Elite, for 2 seasons. Wasn't really a huge fan. Turned down some of my D3 offers to come to Ole Miss, play men's hockey. Grew up watching them play when their league started and was a fan ever since, so here I am.
So obviously, in the first few seconds that I've been able to talk to you, you don't really care what anybody says, do you?
No, not really. I've faced adversity through this whole hockey career of mine, so it's gotten to the point where things just bounce right off of you, and I guess it's part of being a goaltender too. Tough mindset. And
I don't want to kind of bring up bad memories, but what was the worst thing that somebody said to you?
I've had coaches of my personal own tell me that I wasn't good enough to play hockey, that I shouldn't be playing hockey. That was on the girls' team, and then previously on the boys' team, definitely that girls shouldn't be playing hockey and that I shouldn't be out there. So my favorite thing to hear, I mean, it sounds bad, but my favorite thing to hear on the ice is, holy crap, she's a girl. Take a second for the guys to realize it. Or she's just a girl, just shoot on her and, like, go ahead. See what happens.
As if the long brown curly hair hanging out of your helmet didn't clue them into anything, right?
I mean, guys have long hair so often these days, so.
That's true, but there is something, the way a man skates and a female skates, you can kind of, if you're smart, you can kind of pay attention and know it. But if you don't, and she takes her helmet off, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, you mean she made those saves on me?
Yep.
So do you always feel like, do you feel empowered a little bit, you know, after you make a save, maybe after you've won a game? Do you feel?
Absolutely, absolutely. Even in girls hockey, those few short years that I played there, that's why I love it. Like, I personally feel like the goaltender is the most powerful player on the ice, and you make those big saves and everybody cheers for you, and then especially afterwards when the guys get a good look at you and they're like, holy crap, that was a girl, and you're just like, yep, come at it.
Talking with Katie Cuesta of the University of Mississippi Rebels. She's a goaltender, one of 3 on the team. You finally got a chance to get in a game. Unfortunately, it didn't go well. It was a loss, but the feeling, what was the feeling for you to actually get in that game?
It was great. First go at college hockey. I took actually a junior, transferred here, so was playing men's beer league for 2 years before coming here. The intensity of the speed is what I've been looking for a while now, and it just felt great. Obviously, it wasn't the best game I've ever played in my life, but there's definitely things to build off of, and there's definitely saves that I really did make, and it's challenging being the backup goalie and getting thrown in there. Like, not only do you have to get used to playing the game after sitting on the bench for so long, but the guys, the team in front of you, have to get used to playing in front of a whole different goaltender that they're not used to as well. So I thought we did really well, even though we didn't get the win we were looking for. It was a good game all around, actually.
Speaking of that men's beer league, so what was it like to play, you know, in really unorganized hockey, and all of a sudden they find out, we're shooting on a goalie? I mean, a girl goalie is what I meant to say.
Yeah, well, see, being from Memphis, the hockey community is so small that most of those guys that I was playing up against watched me grow up playing hockey, so they were all on my team. They were rooting for me. They always are. And my dad coached several of them. My dad coached my head coach now, so coached him growing up. So I've got a lot of support, a huge support system, actually. Regardless of what I go through, I know that the whole hockey city of Memphis has my back.
So basically, Dad's the coach. I am not going to say anything bad about the goaltender that's in the game right now because she is the daughter of the coach, right?
No, my dad coached the head coach.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I got it. Okay, so there is some connection, but not enough. So bottom line is, because hockey is a really good community, everybody cares for everybody, that there's a lot of players and people that are just kind of pushing you on to see you get better and to see you move on in your hockey career.
Oh, yeah, of course. People love the underdog, so here I am.
Katie Cuesta is joining us from the University of Mississippi Rebels, goaltender, listed at 5'5", 145. So you are a short person. But maybe you put the equipment on, the skates on, and maybe you fill a little bit of the net, you think?
Not really. I know I'm small. Crossbar barely below my shoulders. But you adapt. I've grown up learning how to play like that, so you adapt.
So let's talk about that growing up. What made you decide, first of all, to play hockey, and second of all, to be a goaltender?
Well, my dad's from Toronto originally, so ever since we were little, like, he would beg us to at least try it. He's got 3 girls. I'm the oldest. He would beg us every year to, like, just try it. And we were a huge softball family at first. And then I just remember watching the women's Olympic team one time, and I was like, I want to do that. I just turned around to my dad, and I was like, let's do this. I played roller hockey for a season, skated out, wasn't really a huge fan of it. Our goaltender actually ended up breaking both of his legs in a trampoline accident.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, we just need a goalie who wants to play goalie. And I was like, I'll do it. And fell in love with it ever since that first game. Moved on to ice hockey, and my life has never been the same.
Now, before they made the newer pads, some of those pads were probably as heavy as much as you weigh. So I don't know if you use those old pads, but how were you able to move in the net?
Took a while to get used to it. I'm a huge fan of working out. Definitely once I realized the intensity level and what was expected of me in the crease, definitely worked on and off the ice to build up the strength to be able to keep up with the guys. Workouts, everything else the same. Anything they do, I do. So definitely the gear helps a lot.
Katie Cuesta is our guest, goaltender for the University of Mississippi Rebels. Okay, I mean this in a very nice way. But you mentioned you're a junior, so you have to at least be 22,
22, yes.
Okay, do people think you're about 15, 16?
Absolutely. I get asked everywhere I go. Like, I worked in a restaurant for 5 years, and I got asked, are you even old enough to work here? Like, are you even old enough to serve us alcohol? I'm like, yes, I am. Can tell you what it tastes like, too.
So that's obviously got to be, first thing they do is you take off your helmet and they see you skating out and they're like, okay, she's a girl goalie, but she looks like she's 12.
Yep. I get mistaken as a freshman quite often. Like, actually, no. Even some of the guys forget that I'm older than them.
That could be something when they finally figure that out. Did you ever worry? Because I'll tell you one thing. When I went to college, the only thing that I worried about was getting trash canned or that kind of a thing. That's what I worried about, and it obviously never happened because I was so tall and I looked older and it was great. But they might confuse you. Have you had any strange things happen to you?
No, not particularly. And
Well,
my
good.
guys definitely watch out for me for sure. So they do my bidding for me when things do come down to it. But
That's always got to be nice. I'm sure if someone tries to take a run at you in a game, they're protecting you,
oh,
right?
absolutely, absolutely, they're the best.
Katie Cuesta is joining us of the University of Mississippi Rebels, goaltender for the squad. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I am actually a dog trainer, and I'm a psychology major, and I plan on opening up a rehabilitation center in which dogs help people.
So maybe the psychology of dogs, possibly? And
I'll be a counselor. I'll have a master's in counseling. Haven't quite decided if I want to get my PhD or not. Master's in counseling. I'm working on one of my dog training certifications right now. Hopefully have it by the end of the summer. Currently run a business out of it. So
I'm thinking here, maybe you could try to help the people that love hockey and dogs and are good people and something like that along those lines, right?
Well, now everybody knows who to come to.
Exactly. But I'm sure maybe later on down the line you'll still be involved in hockey somehow?
Oh, absolutely. I've been coaching little kids. Coaching is something that I've always been into. I love being able to teach people because the game changed my life so much and it helped me get through a lot. So I think that everybody, like the saying is, hockey is for everybody, and I think everybody deserves a shot, fair chance, especially the girls out there. We have a couple girls that come through Memphis and they try to be goalies, and it's tough, especially when there's not somebody really to look up to. And so I like to step in and be like, hey, it's possible.
Have you always been a goaltender?
Yes.
So from day one, when your dad said, does somebody want to be a goalie, you've been a goalie since day one?
Absolutely, yes.
Now, I have to ask you this because I'm a goaltender myself. So I have to ask you this because for me, it was the center of attention thing. Because I knew that I got to play 60 minutes literally on the ice and everyone was watching me. That was, when I was young, that was my motivation. So what was yours?
I don't really know. It just seemed to fit. I like the challenge of it, that there's, it's different. I like carrying weight on my shoulders. I'm good at that, the pressure. I work under it well. I like the fact that people depend on me, and I'm the last line of defense. And like you said, the empowerment of making that big save and being like, yeah, just
and
did it.
You could be the scapegoat, too. If a game goes bad, they might look at you. I mean, a lot of times in hockey, you're always blaming maybe the defense or
Absolutely.
something happened or somebody took a dumb penalty, and they don't really blame the goaltender as much unless you give up that last goal in overtime or something like that, right?
Yeah, the mentality is tough, and like you said, things just bounce right off of me. I don't really let people affect me too often, so just kind of fit right into the position well.
Katie Cuesta is joining us, goaltender for the University of Mississippi Rebels. When I end my interviews, I always ask players for more goals, but you're a goaltender, so less goals for you. Let's get a couple of goose eggs out there, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for joining us and doing this. Katie Cuesta has been our guest. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up in just a moment.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey, now through February. Exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bull's Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology!
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Back at MediaCom Ice Park in the Stan Milton Ice Arena. 1-0 Missouri State. The only goal at 9:05 of the first period. Ted Cardinale, his 8th. Gray and Sullivan with the assists, and Missouri State takes the 1-0 advantage. And if it wasn't for just a great play by Graham Nave, Missouri State would find themselves at a 1-1 tie. Nave just stretching out the pad, and a huge save as Missouri State keeps the Rebels off the board. Final game of this three-day, that is, Missouri State Route 66 Showcase, or just the Route 66 Showcase as it's being called. Just to recap some of these games for you, 9-0 Kansas over Arkansas. That's in the first game on Friday. 37-26 were the shots. Dane Johnson gets 4 goals for Kansas. They had 3 power play goals. And Arkansas was 0 for 8 on the power play. Kansas was 3 for 3. And then Ole Miss with a 4-2 win over Wisconsin-Platteville. A 2-2 tie broken in the third with 2 goals. 1 goal by Cole Chatham, and then on the power play, and then his was on the power play, that is, and then Scott Harlan with 1-2. 4-2 Ole Miss wins. Missouri State takes care of Nebraska. The Ice Bears get a goal late in the third, or make that late in the second. Actually, they get 2 power play goals in the second, and then a late second goal by Nebraska got them close at 3-2, but Missouri State ends up winning that hockey game. Today, it was Nebraska 3-2 in overtime, and then with Jordan Hank getting that goal, the game winner, 1:15 into overtime, and then Kansas, just before this game, an 8-3 victory. Dawson Engel had 3 goals, and Dane Johnson with 2, and we're just about ready for second period action as Missouri State will skate from the right to the left, and Ole Miss from the left to the right. Quickly, it's sent in to the Ole Miss zone by Brandon Baldwin. Remember, there's now 10 seconds as the clock is ticking in the power play for Missouri State. 6 seconds to go. Ice Bears with maybe enough to get it set up. They cannot do it. 1 second, it's over and out of the box. We're at full strength now. Justin Koch. His pass is a little bit too far for Carson Komar, and it's back in the Missouri State end. 19:26 to go in the period. 1-0 Missouri State. Ted Cardinale, the guy with the puck, is the one that scored it, and it goes off of Cardinale's stick, and it's cleared right back into the Missouri State end. 45 seconds gone in this second period. Cole Chatham. He sends it to the corner, and it's held in, and Joseph Shepard will send it all the way around to the far side. Ice Bears trying to get it. Carson Komar upended. Play is to the left faceoff, dotted out to center and past Cardinale, who instead of going around his man, he took Joseph Shepard into the boards. Puck flipped all the way down. This should be an icing, but it's on goal. No icing. Line change for both teams. 18:34 to go in the period. Puck to Dallas. He will send it down in low. Houston will come to chase. Now it's Seeger. He works it for Ole Miss. Puck is cleared out as the Ice Bears will have possession, just enough to get it out to center, and it'll be Gray. And Gray gets tripped. No penalty. Absolutely no penalty. The officials look at it as Gray was tripped, nothing doing. We continue to play. 18:03 remaining in the period. Another Ice Bear gets tripped. That one was Sullivan, but play continues. 3-on-2 for Ole Miss. Into the zone. Graff is there. Rita to put some rough shot on him. Now Graff has it. He shoots, and a save by Nave. It gets deflected up and out of play. So the Ice Bears were calling for a penalty, and it didn't happen. As an Ice Bear gets tripped in front, the official, looking right at it, doesn't call a thing. We'll see if we can get a look at it here. Right after picking up, he just literally flat out gets tripped. Does Nicholas Gray, but the officials say no. So off the draw here in the second period. A 1-0 lead for the Ice Bears. Tipped in, score! Austin Graff will get it. It was tipped in. Braden Storner got the shot from the right side, and Graff tips it in. It's his 4th goal of the season for the O'Fallon, Missouri product, and it is a 1-1 game. And I don't know if the potential possibility of a penalty rattled Missouri State, but it is right off the face-off, a shot from the point tipped in. And we're at 1-1 here. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thorough, but 1-1 in this contest now. On the goal by Graff. Meanwhile, play is in the Missouri State zone. 17:26 to go. It's past Lasansky and out to center. Now Drummond will have it for the Ice Bears. Across the Missouri State Bearhead. That's as far as it goes. Past Lasansky's stick and back into the Ice Bears' end. Hendricks on the backhand. He'll flip it to the corner. Now he'll reset in his own zone.
Ole Miss goal scored by number 26, Austin Graff. Assisted by number 22, Braden Stover, and by number 17, Grant Roadfelt. Time of the goal at 2:19 of the second period, scored by number 26, assisted by number 22 and number 17.
That is the full line on that scoring there. Puck is cleared out to center. And Doley will have it left side. He has some room. Doley looking to center across. He does, but it goes past Catalano's stick. Ice Bears will change up at least one man. Puck is gloved down by Drummond and sent into the Missouri State zone. Pellegrino tried to center it. It goes off of Harlan and to the side of the net. Rebound in front, and it's loose. Picked up, and where is it? Through a maze of sticks, and we come the other way. 2-on-1 from Missouri State. Catalano to start it. Right side, Catalano shoots, and it's partially blocked. And behind the play, a couple of players got sticks up, and the officials still let it go. Puck on a flip all the way down to the Missouri State zone, and Gray will chase. 16:03 to go in the period. 1-1 game. Puck out to Lundquist and Lunghorst, that is, and Kurt Lunghorst out of St. Charles, Missouri, still battling for it. So the Ice Bears have now been tied at 1-1 here in the second. 15:44 to go. Missouri State, with help from Carl Rabello, sends it all the way in for an icing call. 15:32 to go in the period. Back in the first, 1905, Ted Cardinale his 8th, Gray and Sullivan with the assist, 1-0 Ice Bears. Then here in the second period at 2:19, Graff his 4th, Stover that is, or Storner, S-T-O-R-N-E-R, Storner gets it with Rodenfelt with the assist. Yeah, sorry, Matt, having a hard time reading your writing. Puck is cleared all the way down. It's great to have a cameraman and a statistician. I'm used to doing it all myself. 15, well, not the camera work. Sometimes I've had to. Puck is cleared in, and Nave will make a save. 15:09 to go in the period. I'll tell you what, I had to do it one time. That was unbelievable. I had to run the camera. Now, I didn't do replay. I just gave up on trying to do any kind of replay. But it was a tough situation. Everybody canceled out on me. So when I say I appreciate you guys, for sure. Silk will come in with Baldwin from Missouri State, and it is won by the Rebels. Turco pass in, and a left side shot by Lundhorst is cleared, and here's a break. Ice Bears will have it. It'll go to Carson Komar. He stops up, and he's not able to get possession of it as he falls down. We come the other way. Coming across the line is Seeger. Behind the net. Work to the near side. Cardinale with a touch pass, and it's taken away by Ole Miss. Seeger with a backhander. Ice Bears, we're going to do the honor. Baldwin did. Tipped up the middle. Taken away by Houston. Intercepted. Seeger has it. Sent back down. Missouri State with some dangerous play here as they're not able to clear it out of the zone. Seeger once again. Robert out of St. Louis. Behind the net. Backhander up the middle. Shot save. Rebound as that shot came from the guy that got the goal, Austin Graff, and we come the other way. Baldwin gets held up at the red line, and it's back down into the Ole Miss zone. Shots are 19-10. They favor Ole Miss right now. And a 1-1 game. Stewart for Missouri State. Over to Cardinale. And back to Stewart, or back to Cardinale, that is, and he'll send it in. Line change for Missouri State. Ole Miss with a flip to Nick Castellano from Minneapolis. It's off of his stick. Now up the middle. Here's a break. Coming in is Harris Milson. In front, he shoots and a score! Nave made the save, but Milson will get the goal on the break. 13:35 remaining in the second period, and it is now a 2-1 game for University of Mississippi. Nave stopped it, but not enough to keep it out of the net. This play comes from right around the red line and a pass in, so there should be an assist. But we'll wait for Kevin Thorough. We do know that the goal will be Harris Milson's goal. And it's 2-1, Ole Miss on their 20th
goal
shot.
Scored by number 13, Harris Milson. Assisted by number 22, Brandon Storner. Time of the goal at 6:25 of the second period. Scored by number 13, assisted by number 22.
Play back into the Ole Miss zone. So Missouri State, who had a 1-0 lead and almost had a 1-1 game if it wasn't for the big save of Nave early on, now trail 2-1. Puck to Rita across the line and sent right back in. This will be an icing call. 12:51 to go in the period. An icing will bring it back. 9:05, Cardinale is 8th in the first. In the second, 2:19, Graff his 4th, and Milson his 2nd. And off the draw, the Ice Bears have it again. Right side shot from Koch, sails wide to the near side, and it's out to center. Here's Pellegrino, has some room, gets a shot, and a good diving play by Koch to cut out the passing lane, and the puck is sailed high and wide. All the way down into the Rebel zone, no icing, it's been waved off, near side boards, and the Ice Bears will retreat. So coming out for the Rebels is Rodfeld, and he'll set things up in neutral ice. Lasansky puts some pressure on him. It's Missouri State in their own zone to set it up. 12:13 to go in the period. Christian Cuzo kind of partially fanned on his shot, but he does get it down in low, and it'll go to make that Stuart Hopkins. Now we get a penalty. Slamming his man was Zach Drummond into the boards. Or no, wait, that's 42. So that will not be Drummond. That'll be Lasansky. And they're going to give Lasansky the penalty. It's going to be boarding. So Lasansky will go. So on the power play this season, Mississippi 5 for 30, 16.7%. Missouri State coming into today's game 10 for 57 they've allowed at 82.5. Up the middle, right, loose in front, and getting an opportunity was Harlan, but it got deflected, and it's cleared. So boarding is the call. And now there's 1:43 remaining in the power play and a chance to take a 2-goal lead for the Rebels. Harlan down in low along the goal line. Near side boards to Chatham. He drops it back to the right point. Back to Chatham on the right dot. Left side now. A shot by Storner is deflected. It's up the middle, and Nave dives out to hold on to it as Storner was right there to get a tip on it. 11:22 to go in the period. 21st shot now. And if things kind of changed here a little bit, everything working well for Missouri State, then a couple of potential penalties that weren't called, and I think that kind of rattled the Ice Bears. Now here's Lindhorst, score, tipped in. And it may have been tipped by an Ice Bear. Lindhorst gets the goal. That is a power play goal. And the Rebels are 2 for 4, or 1 for 4 actually on the power play. We'll take a look at this one again. Again, off the face-off, as the Ice Bears could not clear it. And it was tipped. I just don't know who may have tipped it, if it was an Ice Bear or not. But we'll catch Kevin Thurl's call in a second. Right now we're going to give it to Lindhorst as the Ice Bears come in on a 2-on-2 into the zone. So Missouri State now trails by a count of 3-1.
Ole Miss goal scored on the power play by number 7, Kurt Lindhorst. Assisted by number 77, Connor Silk, and number 26, Austin Graff. Time of the goal at 8:47 of the second period. Scored on the power play by number 7. Assisted by number 77 and number 26.
Meanwhile, the puck is cleared all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Icing will be the call. With 10:19 to go in the period. And a 3-1 lead now. And 3 straight goals. Graff gets the first one. And it's 1-0. Then Milson on a breakaway. And it's, I said 1-0, it was 1-1. And then 2-1. And then Lindhorst off the face-off as Missouri State had trouble clearing the puck. And now it's 3-1. Three unanswered for the Rebels. 10:05 to go in the period. Puck cleared out, and Gray will have it in his own zone for the Ice Bears. That's as far as they're going to go at center ice. Dallas is there, spins his man around. Here comes Rita. Rita right side, right face-off dot, looking in front. Gets it off the back of the net. Nobody there for Missouri State to chase in. 9:43 to go in the period. Steve Casson, Scotty Rice, Matt Reesner. Thanks for joining us on Web Sports Radio. We get a whistle for a icing call. 9:37 to go in the period. Missouri State being outshot double figures. It's 22-11. And off the draw. Puck is one in front of the Missouri State bench. Ice Bears will have it at Gray, now to Cardinale. He has it broken away from him at the line. And Justin Koch is there to race. Koch flips it off the boards, and it comes back into the Ole Miss zone. You get a goal here, it's a different hockey game, but for Missouri State right now, they trail 3-1. And Ole Miss working it well. Across the line to Harlan. Now left side, a shot by Pellegrino goes behind the net. Cardinale can't clear it. Ice Bears do have it on a flip, and unfortunately the flip by Gray hits the supports on the ceiling, and because of that it stays in the zone. but Missouri State can make a line change, so they'll do that. With 9 minutes exactly to go in this second period. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a poll here with nods of your head. Is it colder in here right now? I'm getting one, not really, and I'm getting one, yes. Okay, it's the one that has the heavy sweatshirt on that's saying no, and it's the guy that has the lightweight shirt on that's saying yes. Either that or, Scotty, where you are, there's much more warmer air over there. I'm not sure. 8:41 to go in the period. Yeah, you're right in front of the heaters. I think that's what it is. Make that 8:35 now to go in the period. And it's in the Ole Miss end of the ice. Because we're freezing. I don't know about anybody else, but it's getting kind of cold here. May have to go to the car and get a jacket. 8:23 remaining. Here's Sullivan across the line for Ole Miss. Goes across the Missouri State end. Now to go to Graff. Graff is checked by Lasansky. Graff shoots up high and missed. Far side boards. It'll be chased by Connor Silk, and it's out to center ice. Send it right back into the Missouri State zone. 8:04 to go in the period. And the Ice Bears now back on their heels a little bit. They're having to play defense a lot and in their own zone. Puck is tipped by Hopkins all the way down. What is it going to be? No icing. The official looked and said no, no, no. 7.5 to go, or 7:50 that is actually to go. Lead pass as the Ice Bears were line changing. It'll go all the way down. Icing will be the call. Drummond was there to make sure there was no wave of the icing call. So 7:43 to go in the period. Puck back down into the Rebel end of the ice. Face off to the right of Cameron Parent, and off the draw the Ice Bears have it, and a shot in by Hendricks gets at the last moment saved by Parent. Cameron Parent out of Springfield, Massachusetts. He's 5-0 in 7 games, a 2.09 goals against average, does have 1 shutout and a .918 save percentage. Ice Bears able to push the puck ahead off the draw, but they're not able to get control. Hendricks is there, and he flips it up into the Missouri State bench. .727 to go in the period, and a 3-1 lead for Ole Miss. 3 straight. Graff, Milson, and Lindhorst. Cardinale the only one for Missouri State, and that was early in the first period. The Ice Bears had a 1-0 lead through 1. Back in the Missouri State end, Hendricks will chase. Gives up the chase, does Nathan Hendricks, the junior out of St. Charles, to Lindhorst. Swung all the way around, and Castellano, or make that, it was Castellano. It was cut off at the pass. It comes up the middle. Doyley is there, and he'll get it out to center ice, and here comes Christian Catalano. Catalano breaks free. Catalano pushed down, and he's behind the net. Ice Bears sliding all over the place. Puck kicked in the corner. Now we get a couple of players up, but we're going to get a penalty, and it goes against the Rebels. Ice Bears have it. Missouri State gets the goaltender out. Here is Gray. He shoots. It's tipped up and touched. But Missouri State will go on the power play. And who's going to go? It looks like it's Connor Huey for the Rebels. And Huey will go. Missouri State, after the tripping call, will be on the power play. 23.5%, and do they have a golden opportunity here to get within 1 with 6:30 to go in the second period. This will be power play number 3, I believe, for the Ice Bears. Thanks to my statistician, Matt Reisner. Again, I've never had one until this season, so it's great to have it. Puck to the corner. Cardinale, right side. He waits, gets through, comes down the middle. He shoots. It's partially blocked. Cardinale again, left circle. He gets upended, and it'll be the Ice Bears at the half boards. They'll still work it. Christian Cuzo, but instead they give it up high to Rita. Now back to Cardinale, right side. To Koch, high slot. Cardinale right side, missing wide. It'll be chased by Rita. 1:25 to go on the power play. Rita sends it down in low, switching around with Kuzo, or make that shot, score! As it came from the high slot to Koch, and it was tipped in. It's a power play goal, and Missouri State has come within one, and I believe Rita was there to tip it in. So the Ice Bears do take advantage of the power play, and the penalty kill for the Rebels has been phenomenal until just then. We'll take a look at this one here as we hear from Kevin Thorough. But the Ice Bears on the tip-in, right on the doorstep, and Missouri State is back within a goal. And again, I believe it's going to be Rita that's going to get called. We get a high stick, and going to the bench will be Carson Comars. He got high stick, and the officials let it go. It's a 2-on-1.
Missouri State Ice Bears power play goal scored by number 19, Christopher Rita.
That is Rita's
assisted by
third.
Number 10, Justin Koch. And by number 90, Ted Showtime Cardinale. Time of the goal at 14-13 to the second period. Scored in the power play by number 19. Assisted by number 10 and number 90.
So again, that is Christopher Rita's third goal of the season, and Missouri State is back within one on the power play. Now, play down in low in the Missouri State zone, and Pellegrino is pushing Gray down. The official looks at it and lets it go again. Puck is cleared all the way down. Cardinale's to chase, and no icing. It's been waved off. Cardinale is there. Ice Bears slow to get into the zone as they're chasing up, and are changing up, that is, and they finally get into it. Puck cleared out, and the fans starting to get into this now, yelling, "Let's go Bears." The chant has begun as a shot comes in, and it's saved by Parent. Ice Bears with Houston. Back in his own zone. The Ice Bears didn't know where the puck was, and the goaltender, Nave, is out to clear it. Miscommunication by Missouri State. 4:07 to go on the period. And a 3-2 lead now for Ole Miss. Ice Bears had a 1-0 lead, and that was it. Until Rita got his third of the season. Koch and Cardinale with the assist. Now a shot comes in, and it was steered wide of the net. Behind it now, Nave looks at a backhander, comes up over him, and that was Silk, and we come the other way. Missouri State with Hopkins into the zone, and now we're going to get a delayed offside. Ice Bears have to clear the zone. 3:33 remaining in the second period. Puck is cleared out to center. Second period intermission. We'll talk to Christian Catalano. That is an old replay of an old interview from about a week or so ago. After Nave makes the save, the Ice Bears will have it on their doorstep, and Houston is able to clear it out to center ice. 23rd shot now registered, and we get an icing call. 3:10 to go in the period. Icing will bring it back into the Missouri State end of the ice, and the face-off will be to the right of the goaltender as you look at it. It's his left of Graham Nave. So how important was Graham Nave's save early on in the first period? It could have been a 1-1 game, and as it is right now, it's 3-2. That might have been the difference to make it a 4-goal or 2-goal lead possibly for the Rebels. Now they work at it again, and a pass comes from the high slot all the way out and cleared back into the zone. Ice Bears with a line change. It's back into the Rebel zone, that is. Puck back down with an icing. Oh, we get an icing call, yes, as it was sent down into the Rebels' end of the ice. So Missouri State cannot change. 2:41 to go in the period, and a face-off will be sent again to the right of Nave. His left, right as you look at it. Pellegrino and Rebello come in. Pellegrino for Ole Miss, Rebello for Missouri State, and Rebello wins it, but not able to control it. Flipped down on a stick check behind the net. Drummond is there. Steps in front of his men. Christian Kuzo with an outlet feed. And it is tipped off of Lasansky, and he'll have it for Missouri State. Cleared all the way down with 2:25 to go. Yesterday, Ice Bears win 3-2 over Nebraska. And it was Ole Miss winning over Platteville, Wisconsin Platteville, by a score of 4-2. Now a shot comes in and it's held on to by Cameron Parent. One goal game. Here in the second period. 2:10 remaining, and is the third period going to be something? Tell your friends. Tune in. There's still time. Ole Miss with possession. Oh, getting hit was Sullivan. Here comes Lindhorst behind the net. He still has it, right side, working it now to Churko. A shot missed wide from Lindhorst. Far side boards. Catalano tipped it out to center ice. Here's a 2-on-1 for Missouri State. Catalano right side. He waits, he shoots, and it was off of the glove and behind the net. Off the glove of Parent, and behind, and the puck comes out to center ice. Nave comes out and tips it away from Seeger. Drummond is able to help it out to center ice, and that's as far as it goes. 1:29 remaining in the period. Line change for Missouri State. They've got to get quicker on those line changes. They're a little bit too slow. Rebello over to Gray, and somehow it gets to Cardinale. The Ice Bears will reset things up. Off of the stick of Drummond, but it goes to Cardinale left side. He'll have it with 1:09 to go in the period, and a 3-2 lead for Ole Miss. Puck tipped down in low. Carson Komar serving the area, and instead he'll give it to the near side. Cardinale with it. Works it with less than a minute to go in the second period. Intercepted and taken away by Milson. He has a goal in today's game. Milson brings it across, and it's intercepted by the Ice Bears. Milson's goal made it a 2-1 game in favor of Ole Miss. Off the boards, it goes to Sullivan. Intercepted by Missouri State. Ice Bears with Cardinale. Chipped up high, and a bouncer is positioned right back into the Missouri State end with 26 seconds to go. Shots are 23-15 in favor of Mississippi. Oh, it's stolen. Ice Bears have it, but Cardinale waiting for an outlet pass. They do. They give it in front to Brandon Baldwin, and out to come the goaltender, and a shot misses wide. And that actually should have been a penalty. Now a shot comes in, and it's missed. That actually should have been a penalty on the goaltender for coming out and diving like that, because he needs to be in control of himself when he comes that far out, and the officials completely let that one go. 4.1 seconds left, and the reason I know that is because I got called doing that. And the official explained to me the reason why the penalty was called is because I dove out way outside of my crease. I mean, he dove literally just above the face-off dot. And that in that time, when you're doing that, you have no control over yourself. And that should have been a penalty. Koch with a spin-around shot at the end of the period, and nothing happens. But Missouri State, after the period, 5 on Parent for a 2-period total of 15, and 23 on Graham Nave. That means 12 in the period. No, let's see if I can do my math here right. No, that's not 12. I'll let my statistician do it. I took over his stats here. I'll let him put the number in. And that is 8 shots for a 2-period total of 23. In this period, there were a couple of goals. Graff gets the goal to make it a 1-1 game. Then Milson makes it a 2-1 contest with his second on a good break that was just barely trickled over the line. And then Lindhorst with the power play goal, his third. Silk and Graff with the assist. This comes off the face-off. And Missouri State finds themselves now with a deficit. But the Ice Bears do get one back. And this is on the power play goal by Rita, his third of the season, on the nice tip-in on the left side. And Missouri State has come within 1 goal here with 40 minutes expired in this contest. We'll take a break, and when we come back, talk to Christian Catalano, an interview that we did, a good 7 days ago. We'll be back in just a moment. 3-2 Ole Miss.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
Back at MediaCom Ice Park, Steve Casson now talking with Christian Catalano of Missouri State. And Christian, okay, on the score sheet, you're listed at, the roster, 5'4", 160. Now, I have to say, even at 5'4", with some skates on, you're still one of the smallest guys out there on the rink.
Yep.
Do you find that an advantage?
In certain cases, yes. I've never really took my height to worry me, honestly, though. I mean, I still battle in the corners, and I just fight for how it is because it puts me in bigger shoes, honestly. So I feel good about it. Doesn't bother me too much.
And it's kind of funny because, I mean, there's a lot of guys 6 foot something, especially the goalies. And
yep.
I guess the good thing is you're a lot closer to the ground, so you can see the low areas better than the goalies can, right?
You could say that, yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to be nice here because obviously I don't know what it's like to be short, but I definitely know what it's like to not be as tall as I was before, and then just all of a sudden 1 year later, boom, I grew and things have changed. But, you know, at about 5'10" or so, I have no idea of what that is, except for the fact that it seems to be a little bit of a benefit for you. And when you get out there, I mean, you're a speedy little guy, so you can move in the corners. You've got the size to kind of hit, and so in a sense, you're kind of an all-around player.
Exactly, yeah. That's I use that to my advantage a lot, and I've never, like I said, I've never had any worries about it. Nothing's ever made me a disadvantage, and I just keep playing and just bigger heart, I guess.
Yesterday, you finally get your first goal. How did that feel to just kind of get the monkey off the back?
Oh, it felt amazing. I mean, yeah, I fell during the celly. That's what it got me there. But I know it really, I needed that bad. It was.
And we may or may not have gotten that on video. I don't know, but
I saw it.
Okay, so it was, yeah.
Yep.
And that's kind of a little embarrassing. But you know what? Hey, if anybody asks you to describe that first goal, they just need to look at the video, and they know that you were extremely excited for that.
It was a really nice goal, too. I looked back at the video, and I mean, Rebello gave me a nice pass from the corner, and I just walked in from the half boards, dangled one guy, and just top shelf backhand. It was a nice first goal of the year, I can say that.
Yeah, you know, and that was done with authority, too. Obviously, you knew kind of what you were doing in that respect.
Yep. They do give you a lot of time. I noticed that, more time than a lot of the, I wouldn't say they're not a bad team, but they give you a lot more time than like the Nebraskas, the Arkansas teams that we play.
And obviously they're a short bench, so they're going to do that. They're going to conserve the energy.
Exactly. They had I think 11 skaters total last night.
And let's touch on that. You touched about Arkansas. Nebraska was just kind of really a tough series, and I don't know. I mean, you can describe it, but it just seemed like from somebody on the outside watching that game that maybe the mental thoughts with Missouri State just weren't there in that series.
I don't know if I wouldn't say it wasn't there. Personally, with some of the players, we felt that we had the biggest hearts during that series, and we fought the hardest we did all year. We just couldn't get the bad breaks, and that's how it's been all year. I mean, we are a fantastic team up and down the whole roster. We can't find that spark to get it going, and with the big win last night, that's going to start us going right now.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you and not really put words in your mouth and find out kind of what it was like. Like I say, as a fan, if you're looking at a fan from the outside, 8-1, and you look at this and you say, oh, well, they just didn't play that well. But you can turn it around. Same thing with Aurora yesterday with the big win that you had, 11-2. What was it from a fan point of view? But it sounds like it's just kind of a, like you say, that spark or something that's needed. And yesterday, with a lot of players getting their first goal, Sean Sullivan got his first goal. Brett Houston gets his first goal. So a lot of guys getting into that first type of scenario, and that's obviously got to be a plus. And you get your main senior goaltender back. Richard Albrecht comes in, and he did very well for the beginning. I know that I was talking to head coach Cody Blevins, and he said, well, what we really planned on doing was just kind of giving him an ease into the game, and all of a sudden he had to start making some big saves.
He did. He came up real big for his first game back. We were all really happy at it, and we're real happy he's back too.
Talking with Christian Catalano of the Springfield, I knew I was going to say that, Missouri State Ice Bears. What I was going to say was a couple of players from Springfield. Of course, you have Brett Houston and also Stuart Hopkins. Obviously, I know that you're from Franklin Park, so not necessarily from this area, but it's nice to know that there are some local product that actually can go from the Springfield Spirit, who is actually playing right now while we're doing this interview, and can make it on the Ice Bears team.
Yeah, no, it's great. I don't know, like it's since I've been from Chicago, and not many people come down here, and it's a lot of the St. Louis people and people around the Springfield area. It's nice to see just like different faces and coming in. I mean, I haven't really taken a look at how the Springfield community is at hockey, but I mean, I have seen a lot of good guys come out, and I hope they'll come play D3 or even make D1 sometime.
Christian Catalano is our guest, junior forward from Franklin Park, and obviously you've been with this team when they made it to nationals, when they were just percentage points of getting to it. Now you've got a team that's 2-6-1, kind of struggling a little bit out of the gate. What is two things? What is different? And the second thing is, what is the mentality that maybe you, as somebody who's been there, can kind of instill on this team, even though it really almost is the same team, but maybe for some of the newer guys that have come in, that you can kind of say, hey, don't worry, or what can you put as far as your emphasis on things?
Well, Beck, as you said, my freshman year we went to nationals. There's only, I believe, 7 or 8 of us returners that were on that team, and we're still trying to bring the guys back from even the last year's team to bring that mentality of the Nationals program and how that experience went. But even last year, we started off, I think it was like 2-12 the first half of the season. We came back and we were just points away from making the regional tournament. So I don't think we have any worries for this year. We just got to find that spark. And like I said, hopefully last night will bring it to us and we just start getting on a real big winning streak and hopefully make nationals again this year.
Christian Catalano is with us. Okay, so what got you started in hockey?
I think it was just my parents. I mean, they've never played, but I was like 3 years old and I wanted to start skating. And funny story is I got mad because I couldn't skate well, so I quit. And then a couple months later, I begged my parents to let me start skating again, and they almost wouldn't do it. But kind of glad they did, and I think they are too, because it's always fun. It's really fun, and I know they enjoy watching games and everything.
I have a similar story like that too. When I was growing up, I grew up in Southern California, so there wasn't much hockey there. But when I did go, I told my dad, I said, one day I want to go play hockey. He says, all right, I'll take you. So a couple of months later, Dad, I want to play hockey. All right, I'll take you. A year later, Dad, I want to play hockey. And that just went on for a couple of years. Finally, Dad, I want to play hockey. He's like, nope, not taking you. Why? I want to play hockey. It's been 3 years. You haven't gone. You're not going to go. And I got so mad that I just went around the neighborhood and I begged everybody to go take me to the rink. When my dad got wind of it, he finally said, okay, I'll take you to the rink. But, that was kind of the crazy story for me. But obviously, being able to grow up in an area where there is more hockey, that's a lot. It's a lot easier to get in, and of course, you started young, and that was a good thing. Me, I think I was about 12 or 13 by the time I started.
Okay.
Now, brothers, sisters?
Nope. Only child here.
So of course they're going to take care of you, right?
Yeah, they have been. I'm very appreciative of that.
Your parents come to a lot of the games, or do they watch any of them?
Freshman year they came to a lot, but I mean, 600 miles away, it's kind of hard now, but they tune in every night to watch our games.
Well, that's good to know. Do you remember, as we were talking with Christian Catalano of Missouri State, do you remember your first goal that you ever scored?
I I do. It's a really funny story, too. It was my first year playing, and it was almost the whole way through the year. And it was like the first time I watched the movie Miracle, and I wanted one of those Team USA jerseys. And my parents made a bet on me saying, if you score your first goal, we'll buy you the jersey. That day going to the rink, that night, I ended up scoring my first goal. And it was a very weird one because I was coming in, I hit the blue line, and I just dumped the puck in towards the net. And I don't know what the goalie was thinking. He went the other way, and it just went right in. It was funny. It was real funny. But
and so there was no clarification on how pretty the goal had to be, just as long as you scored it, right?
As long as I scored my first goal, I got that jersey, and they kind of hate me for that now, but...
I was going to say, did they kind of look at each other and say, who is the one, your mom or your dad, that said, hey, we promised him?
It was my dad that said that.
So he kind of had to convince your mom, okay, you're going to have to do this.
Yep.
But now, do you still have that jersey?
I do, and it's actually hanging up in my room down here.
Very nice. Do you have a jersey collection at all?
I do a little bit, not that many, but I have a couple Blues jerseys and Hawks jerseys sitting around.
Are the Blues your favorite team?
Yes, you can hear it here. The guy from Chicago, the Blues are my favorite team.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm a rare breed.
Yeah, that is. And what turned you on to the Blues versus Chicago?
It's mostly, I was a real big TJ Oshie fan. Now, a few years back going into high school, I used to do hockey camps down in Minnesota, and he used to go there, and I actually had an opportunity to skate with him for a day, and just meeting him and talking to him in person was fantastic, and he's just a great player, and I started to strive to kind of play like he did, and that's what got me towards the Blues, and I've just been a fan ever since.
Not a Washington fan then, right?
No, I couldn't do that. I still like Oshie, but I can't turn to Washington.
Christian Catalano is joining us, and you play on this team now for another year. You've got what are you going to be when you grow up?
Well, I'm a very big automotive person, and I'd like to coach or do something with hockey, but I kind of want to open up like my own automotive shop or do like some vehicle wrapping or just detailing, because that's what I enjoy, and I do it on the free time now.
I was going to say, that is probably an easy... What I mean by easy, I mean it's going to give you a lot of free time. It's not something like a desk job, 9 to 5. You can't go anywhere. I mean, if you're the owner, you can take off and do what you want to do, go do hockey and what have you, and you're not bound to any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I take a lot of enjoyment in cars and all that, so I wanted to do something with it. And after doing a couple business projects, I was doing a lot of research and stuff, and to me it's not really worth the money. Yeah, I want to make a lot of money when I'm older, but I'd rather enjoy what I like doing than making a ton of money and hating every day going into work or whatnot. So.
Christian Catalano joining us of Missouri State. And Christian, I wish everybody at the end of interviews more goals. So you got your first one yesterday, maybe more this weekend.
I hope so.
The rest of the season. All right, well, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, be back, more hockey coming up in a moment.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
Let's head for the third period. Here's Steve Casson.
The officials have made their way on to the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Old Miss, led by Cameron Parent, have made their way out on the arena. And Missouri State has made their way out onto the ice. Fresh 20 minutes on the clock, and we are moments away from the third period here, and game number 6, day 2. Now tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning, it is going to be early games, 8:30, and then we will have a 10:30 game, and then a 2:30 game, or maybe it's more about 11, I think, 11 and then a 2:30 game. Again, our next broadcast for you right here on Web Sports Radio, 2:30 tomorrow. Missouri State Division III, University of Kansas, and that is going to be a very interesting game. Again, Kansas with a 9-0 win over Arkansas, and then today, Kansas took an 8-3 victory over Wisconsin-Platteville. We'll see what happens. But right here, it is Missouri State and Ole Miss, as both teams are getting ready for the start of this third period. Missouri State will skate from the left to the right, and from the right to the left, it will be Ole Miss Rebels. Ice Bears with the last goal at 14-13. Rita on the power play. Koch and Cardinale made it a 3-2 game, and with each team skating 5-on-5, we're just about to drop the puck, and we are underway here in the third. And it'll be the Ice Bears in their own zone to grab it with Gray. He'll send it to the near side boards. Off the back, and a couple of players fighting for it. It was Anthony Pellegrino and Justin Koch of Missouri State. Koch gets the better of it, out to center ice to Ted Cardinale. Left side, Cardinale tried to cut to the middle, and it was broken up through the skates of Braden Storner. Now pass comes along, working in his Harlan. He shoots and a save. Rebound, near side boards. Steve Casson, Scotty Rice on camera, and my statistician, Matt Reisner. Thanks for joining us on Web Sports Radio. Puck across the line. Here's Baldwin, and he couldn't get a good shot off. Catalano drops it down in low. Past Baldwin. Intercepted by the Rebels. Work to the corner by Nathan Sullivan, and his pass gets deflected up and out. And because of that, hold on. The officials say, hold on, don't go anywhere, but because of that, we're going to get the face-off staying in the Rebel zone. .907 to go in the period. The Ice Bears win the draw. They need one to tie. Pellegrino tried to get it to Harlan. It deflects in a skate and somehow gets to him, and Harlan will put it in a line change. The Rebels couldn't make a change because of that. They finally do get that, so the Ice Bears have an opportunity here to move it in the zone. Fresh skates on now for the Rebels, but the Ice Bears will send it in to the University of Mississippi zone. It goes to Seeger. Seeger had it through his skates, couldn't find it. Everyone yelling, feet, feet, feet. You can hear that from up here. And now getting pulled off the play is Churko, who was checked down by Nathan Dallas, and it's back in the Missouri State zone. 1 minute and 40 seconds gone in this third period. 3-2 in favor of Ole Miss. Ice Bears with Cardinale getting the first goal, then 3 straight by Ole Miss. Graff, Milson, and Lindhorst, and then Rita for Missouri State. Lindhorst, left side, cut off at the pass. Now at the half board, stops up, pass up the middle. Nave has a slide through the crease. Ice Bears couldn't clear it. They wanted to rattle it around the boards, but they couldn't do it. It'll go to the left side now. Lindhorst with it. He shoots, tipped, and we're going to get a penalty. It's a slashing call. It goes against Missouri State. Into the box will be Carson Kumar. Or no, it's Houston. 8, not 6. Brett Houston will go. That's another penalty for Houston. I think that's his second. So it'll be power play number 5 for the Rebels. 5 penalties, 10 minutes for Missouri State. And 3 penalties, 6 minutes have been assessed to the Ole Miss Rebels. Now they have 1:54 remaining, and a great opportunity to take a 2-goal lead. Rebels with it again. Ice Bears do deflect it away just momentarily from Doyley. He's the one that did it. Now a snapshot in. It's blocked in front by Gray. He's working hard. Nicholas Gray, 1 goal, 3 assists. He's out of St. Louis, Missouri. Puck sails wide of the net for Nave. And now with 1:28 remaining, it goes to Storner. He fakes a shot. It's in front. Save Nave. Rebound loose. And can Catalano get to it? He does, but not able to clear it. A blast in, gloved in. As that shot from Braden Storner came from the right side, it's gloved by Nave. He'll hold on. 1:16 to go in the period. 17:02 remaining. Let's reverse that. 17:02 to go in the period. 1:16 remaining in the power play. Shots 26-15, and that is in favor of Ole Miss. Left side, Lindhorst, drive, blocked. Ice Bears couldn't clear it. It was held in by Churko. Now behind the net. Calling for it from Silk was Lindhorst. Now it goes left side to the right side. Shot blocked, up the middle, drive, score! As the goaltender Nave was out of position, and Lindhorst will get the goal. It's a power play goal. And for Lindhorst, that is his 4th goal of the season. And it's 4-2. You could kind of see that one develop a little bit in that Grant Nave was kind of out of position. And he was out of position for a lot of that sequence. And here it is here. After the block shot, Nave was just kind of out, and then it was shot back to his left. And Lindhorst will get goal number 2. We'll hear it from Kevin Thurl in a moment. So it's now 4-2 with 16:09 to go in the period. That quieted the crowd here at Mediacom Ice Park. Behind the net, near side boards.
Ole Miss goals scored on the power play by number 7, Kurt Lindhorst, assisted by number 91, Robert Seeger. Time of the goal at 3:25 of the third period, scored on the power play by number 7, assisted by number 91.
So the Rebels have converted on 2 of 5. And Lindhorst gets number 4, second of this game. .15:40 remaining in the third. Ice Bears are able to clear it high off the glass and all the way down. This will be an icing, a slow one, but it is. 15:29 to go in the period. So Lindhorst made it 3-1. This was the one that came off the face-off. Then Rita comes back for Missouri State and says, okay, we'll make it a 3-2 game. And then right after that, it's Lindhorst again. This one now in the third period. And that's where we stand right now, with a 4-2 lead. And we're going to get a penalty. It's a slashing call. And it goes against the Ice Bears, Nicholas Gray. So while we were showing you that, there was just enough time for a face-off, and as quickly as that face-off was given, Gray got called for a penalty, and the Ice Bears digging themselves a hole again. Saved by Nave on the shot by Churko. And finally it is cleared out to center by Doley. Seeger, right side, across the line, into the zone, and getting some playing time, I believe. That's Ben Mitzfield now. No, it's 26. Sorry, that's Austin Graff. Mitzfield is a scratch. Here's a shot in. It's partially blocked. Houston on Seeger, and Houston still with some words with Seeger. Now Lindhorst has some room on the right side. Flips it high off the glass. Into the near side boards now. Houston is there to chase. 14:33 to go in the period. Puck is offside as it came just outside as far as Storner could not get to it in time. So 105 to go in the period, or 105 to go in the power play, and 14:29 remaining in the period. Shots is doubled up now, 28-16 in favor of Ole Miss. Rebels with possession in the Ice Bears zone. Sullivan gives it a high slot. Blocker save as it came off the stick of Storner. Rebound to the far side boards. Now right face-off dot. Down below the line. Right side again. A drive tipped up high and wide. That was Chatham that got that. 41 seconds remaining in the power play. 4-2 Ole Miss. Ice Bears hoping to get another one here and make it close. There's plenty of time. Comes up the middle, drive in, save as Storner got it. And no, that's 23. That is Scott Harlan who got that shot. And Nave was able to make the save. $13:54 to go in the period. And a 4-2 lead. Here comes Storner this time. Shot and a save. Nave. Rebound. They're going to try it again. High slot. Sullivan. Save. Nave. Rebound. Storner score! And although I don't know if it was Storner, it may have been Anthony Pellegrino sliding low along the ice, and I think it's him that gets the goal. This one's a power play goal. That, I believe, is their third straight power play goal. And Ole Miss has made this a 3-goal lead here. And I believe that's going to be who gets the goal. As he was falling down in the faceoff circle, Anthony Pellegrino should get it. And we'll hear from Kevin Thurl. But it's now 5-2 in favor of Ole Miss.
Ole Miss goals scored on the power play by number 14, Anthony Pellegrino, assisted by number 5, Nathan Sullivan. Time of the goal at 6:21 of the third period, scored on the power play by number 14, assisted by number 5.
That's Pellegrino's third goal of the season. And now a 5-2 lead. Here comes Baldwin. He shoots. It's partially tipped. Tried to get his rebound in. Somebody lost a glove. That is Cardinale. And Castellano's pass all the way down. This should be an icing call, but it's too slow. So no icing. Line change for Mississippi. 12:40 to go in the period. Oh, puck stolen. Now a 2-on-1. Right side, left side, and a big save as the 2-on-1 developed in front between Graff and Seeger, and now the Ice Bears come the other way. Off of the stick of Baldwin and flipped up into the netting, and we should see no change for Ole Miss because they caused the stoppage in play. Face-off will probably come outside, even though it was close. And if it does, it'll probably be at center ice, or they're going to go to the nearest face-off dot. Nope, they're going to bring it in. The officials say bring it in. That's where, let's see here. Yep, they're going to keep it in. So a break for Missouri State. 12:23 to go in the period. But they don't win the draw, though. Storner has it, far side. Doley is there to put a check. It'll come to the corner now to Graff, and he's able to flip it out to center ice. Catalano, after getting upended, was Gray. Off of Catalano's stick, it's dropped down. Here comes Koch. Left side. Koch with it. Lost it just a bit and sends it down in low. 11:55 to go in the period. Puck cleared all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Koch is there. Can he clear it out the zone? He does. Gets it, and here come the Ice Bears. And Doley, he gets checked up hard. Now Rebella will drive in. Storner clears it to the far side off the boards and out to center in front of the Rebel bench. Missouri State with Gray. Gray has it checked away from him, and Koch will bring it all the way in with 11:28 to go in the period. The last 4 goals have been power play goals. Ole Miss, Lindhorst, his third in the second. 14-13, Rita, his third, as we get a whistle for an offside. And now we're going to get a couple of players. Lasansky, he's arguing with Pellegrino. Sullivan had to be pulled back by one of his players. That was Braden Storner. And we're going to get one each. Lasansky will go from Missouri State, and Seeger will go probably roughing each. It's going to be 5-on-5 as coincidentals, since it will be roughing each side. Now, or not. Are we going to go 5-on-5 or are we going to go 4-on-4? And it looks like 4-on-4. Lasansky in for Missouri State and Seeger for Mississippi. So a 4-on-4 with 11:09, so it was not coincidental penalties. Near side to Cardinale. Check by Pellegrino. Cardinale able to work it up to the line and out to center. And it will be all the way back for Missouri State's Zach Drummond. Set it up in his own zone. For Missouri State, 7 penalties for 14 minutes. 4 penalties for 8 minutes for Mississippi. 10:35 to go with 1:20 remaining in both penalties. And now we're going to get a penalty. Anthony Pellegrino down on an ice bear. And that is, he just got a misconduct. Houston upset that Pellegrino had hit him around the neck area, took Pellegrino's stick and threw it against the boards, and Houston's going to get a misconduct. The good thing is that does not go on the board, so the Ice Bears will not be shorthanded. The bad thing is Houston will be out of the game for the remainder of this contest. And I'm sure with 31 seconds left, he doesn't really care. But he's not happy about what happened to him either. Officials talking it over. This is where it starts. They both come into the zone, and it's out of our camera angle, so you're not able to see anything, but right there, and again, out of our camera angle at this point. But by the time we pan over, you can see that Houston just absolutely upset at what happened to him. And that's after actually he threw the stick of Pellegrino against the board. So we're going to get 2 minutes assessed to Houston and a 5-minute major, which will be assessed to Pellegrino. So the scoreboard is lit up, and Scotty, if you can get a look at that scoreboard, I'll tell you how lit up this is. There's Lasansky's penalty has 117. Seeger's penalty has 117. Fresh 2 minutes up on the board for Houston and 5 minutes for Pellegrino. Now, we'll take a listen at this because normally it's 5 minutes and a 10-minute misconduct, so there should be another 10 that'll be tacked on to Pellegrino's penalty. He probably got 5 in a game. Yeah, I'd go ahead and throw an extra 10 minutes on, but we'll hear from Kevin Thurl in a moment. So what does this mean? We skate 3-on-3 for 110. It's almost like we're in
Penalties on the
overtime.
play to Ole Miss number 14, Anthony Pellegrino. A 5-minute major for high sticking. 5-minute major for high sticking to Missouri State number 8, Brett Houston. A 2-minute minor for holding and a 10-minute misconduct. 2-minute minor for holding and a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties at 9:29 of the third period. The Missouri State penalty is served by number 74, Carlo Ribello.
So just 5 minutes then. But you do have, as we mentioned earlier, that 10-minute misconduct that was assessed to Houston. So he is out for the remainder of the game. Cardinal will work it on a 3-on-3. Ice Bears with Cardinal getting knocked down. He also pushes Storner. They fight behind the net, more like a battle, as Koch steps in. So Houston with 12 minutes in penalties and Pellegrino with just 5. And now in 3 seconds, it'll be to a 4-on-4. And now we're at a 4-on-4. As Lasansky and Seeger come out. Buck cleared all the way down. So in 32 seconds, Missouri State will have a power play, and it will be the remainder of the 5-minute major, and they can score at will. Here's Gray, nice move, and we're going to get a penalty. It'll be an Ice Bear. They should let it get touched up, but right now they have good work down in the zone. It's going to be a delayed call against the Rebels. Here is Baldwin. He shoots, tip, score! Rita! It's 5-3. Rita on the tip. That is an even strength goal. It's 4-on-4. And Missouri State on a delayed penalty. Now we got to figure out how this is going to work. It's going to be what's called a carryover. No, it's not actually, because the penalties had expired, so it's going to be an advantage for Missouri State. Let's take a look at it here. Here's the delayed penalty, and there's the shot tipped in. We'll see if we can add a little bit more to that, but Rita will get the goal, and that is his 4th goal of the season. See if we can back it up just a tad to see how all this started. So here's the play. We already see that there's a delayed penalty. And just a nice move, and Rita pounds it home, and Missouri State is now at 5-3. So 2 minutes up on the board. Connor Silk will get called. So that'll be 6 penalties for 15 minutes against the Rebels, as Silk's penalty is up on the board. And what Missouri State has right now is a 5-on-4. But in 9 seconds, they will have a power play. They have one now, so go ahead and add a power play tally in their power play column. But in 3 seconds, they're going to have a 2-man advantage, and it's going to be a 5-on-3, and they have it now. A 5-on-3, and they trail by 2. Ice Bears work it to the left side. Now to Cardinal. He shoots and a pad save.
Gray! Assisted by number 9, Brandon Baldwin.
Well, they're going to give it to Gray instead of Rita.
Time to go to 11:20 of the third period. Scored by number 7. Assisted by number 9. That's a Missouri State.
So Gray gets the goal.
On the ensuing play, penalty on the play to Ole Miss number 77, Connor Silk. 2 minutes for high sticking at 11:20 of the third period.
Well, what that means is Gray gets goal number 2, if it's his goal. Baldwin with the assist. And immediately off the draw, it's cleared out to center ice. So get Rita off the scoreboard and give it to Gray. Here come the Ice Bears again. Baldwin tipped it front, score! They did it again! It's a power play goal, and Missouri State with the exact same play did it again. They've come within one. It's 5-4, and there's lots of time in this hockey game. Low along the goal line. Once again, Missouri State works it. Tipped in front, and the Ice Bears have rallied back. It's 5-4. Now, that comes off of the 2-minute power play that Missouri State scored. They still have the major remaining, 2:10 remaining in the major penalty. They can score at will. Everybody not back on side yet. And it's cleared all the way down. 2 successive plays that Missouri State has scored the exact same goal on. Apparently it's going to be Gray's goal on the first, and we'll wait from Kevin Thurl on this second one. But now there's 1:43 remaining. And Missouri State has made this a game.
Missouri State Ice Bears power play goal scored by number 19, Christopher Rita.
Well, we'll give Rita a goal this time.
Assisted by number 9, Brandon Baldwin. Time of the goal at 12:14 to the third period. Scored on the power play by number 19. Assisted by number 9.
So the Ice Bears with a power play goal. Now the Gray goal was a 4-on-4 goal. That was not on the power play. So now the Ice Bears working. This should be power play number 5. So puck is cleared out, and Missouri State with 1:13 remaining on the major penalty. It is now a 5-4 game. Lasansky gets tripped. Everyone calling for a penalty, nothing doing. So here comes Gray across the line. Down the near side boards. It's flipped up the middle in the right dot and cleared. 56 seconds remains. Ice Bears come back in their own zone. So Rita, who we thought got that first tip in, gets the second one. Here comes Hopkins. He shoots and he missed wide. Ice Bears Gray gets it on the left side. Gray to work the power play with 36 seconds. It'll go to Rita. Now drop to Hopkins. Over to Lasansky. Lasansky gives it up to Koch. Now on the power play, right dot Lasansky. Left side, the Ice Bears will work it. Power play is 23 seconds. Here's Koch. He shoots. It's blocked. Far side to Gray. He boxes a man out. He has it. Gray gets pulled off. Storner is there. The puck is taken away and cleared. No icing. 10 seconds to go on the power play. 5-4 with 5:37 to go. And Missouri State in this game had trailed as much as 5-2. Puck comes in. Icing will be the call in the Ole Miss end of the ice. 5:30 to go. How did we get here? Well, here in the third period, Lindhorst gets a goal, and this one makes it a 5-2 game. Then Rita comes back for Missouri State. And it's 5-3. Lindhorst. Actually, that was Lindhorst's goal to make it a 5-3 game. And then you have Gray as a goal gets scored right off the draw. Well, they didn't give me enough time to get the highlights in. I won't do that next time. It's now 6-4. Didn't see who got that. And what do we have here? They're going to kick out a face-off man? Kevin Thurl will tell us who scored. So, unfortunately, we didn't catch that goal, and Kevin Thurl will tell us who did.
Ole Miss goal scored by number 23, Scott Harlan, assisted by number 14, Anthony Pellegrino. Time of the goal at 14:47 of the third period, scored by number 23, assisted by number 14.
So that's the call. Make it a 6-4 game. Now with 4:18 to go in the period. Shot in, save, rebound, loose, and moved into the corner. Cardinale was right there. Ice Bears still battling. Drum into the corner, and it's cleared out to center. Now we get an icing call. Icing with 3:58 to go. Face off in the Ole Miss zone. 3:58. You break it down, you got to get a goal every 2 minutes. Ice Bears do not win the draw, though. In his own zone, it's Lindhorst. Clears it out just to the red line. And Ole Miss changes, but the Ice Bears will bring it in the zone. Rita, right side. Sullivan steals it from him. Off the glass and out to center. And Gray will come back to chase. So you get a quick one here, and things are a little bit different, but you trail by 2, does Missouri State. After battling all the way back on a goal we did not get on replay. Actually, I don't even think we got it at all. Here's Storner. Now Huey. In the Missouri State zone, centering pass gets deflected. It was Milson who has a goal in today's game. 3:10 to go. Puck flipped off the boards. Now it's a lead to Rita. Rita with Dallas off of his stick. Dallas comes into forecheck. Puck cleared out to center. Ice Bears in front of their own bench. Sent right back in, and now we get an Ice Bear down. That's Gray, and play continues. Tipped away. Stolen by Storner. In the Missouri State zone, a shot in and a blocker saved. Chatham got it. There's a stick flying. Whose is it? It's Catalano's. He'll pick it up. 2:38 to go. Now precious time running off for Missouri State. Behind the net. Harlan with it. Sends it over to the near side to Chatham. Putting some pressure is Baldwin. 2:23. Up the middle. Taken away by Missouri State. And we'll see if they pull the goaltender. Comes across the line to Baldwin. He drops down in low. 2:13 remaining. Puck out of the zone after it's been cleared by Pellegrino and all the way down. Icing will be the call. So you have 2:05. Do you pull the goaltender now? Head coach Cody Blevins discussing it on the bench. Still no discussion. Cardinale, Graff, Milson, Lindhorst, Rita, Lindhorst, Pellegrino, Gray, Rita, and Harlan. Those have been the goal scorers. Puck flipped up and all the way down, and no icing. 1:55 remaining. The goaltender is still in the nets. Ole Miss with 1:48. Now, for ranking purposes, you may not want to pull the goaltender. 1:36 remains. Puck tipped into the Missouri State zone. Ole Miss with it one change and 90 seconds to go in this game. 6-4. Goaltender still in. Puck up the middle. The Ice Bears will have it. Cardinale with the lead pass. It'll come to Baldwin. Now goaltender asking to get pulled. Nothing doing yet. Seeger. They have the door open waiting for him to come out, but nothing yet. 1:05 remaining. Will the Ice Bears pull him on this trip up? And it looks like no. Head coach Cody Blevins says no, stay in. 55 seconds remaining. They're not going to risk it. It'll go to Gray to the point. Backhander in, missing wide. 47 seconds to go. Puck off the glass, cleared out to center, and here is a race for Nick Catalano, but coming out to poke it away is the goaltender, Nave. Back to Lindhorst. Huey, left side. Huey shoots, Nave save, rebound, and Nave is able to stuff it. 29 seconds. But unfortunately, Missouri State running out of time, 6-4. And here is Dallas getting it over to the near side. Sullivan waits, he shoots, and it's gloved and held on to by Parent. 15.8 seconds remaining. .8 to go in this hockey game. The 40th shot is now put on the net. And Sullivan will come in to take the draw with Pellegrino. Not won by Missouri State. It comes behind the net. It is Nathan Sullivan to grab it, and it is cleared out to center all the way down. 7 seconds. Koch is there. Cleared out, and that should do it for the third period. And the University of Mississippi Rebels, they take the victory by a score of 6-4. They improved to 6-1-1 on the season. Missouri State is now even at 7-7-1 this season. Shots on goal in the third period. Graham Nave faces 17, three-period total of 40. And Cameron Parent faces 8 with a three-period total of 23. Well, how did we get here? We'll take a look at the goal scoring this evening. After Missouri State's Ted Cardinale with his 8th, Gray and Sullivan with the assist at 9:05 of the first period. The Ice Bears have a 1-0 lead, but then it is at 2:19 to the second. Graff getting his 4th of the season. Stormer gets an assist, and Missouri State is tied up at 1 apiece. But then Milson gets his 2nd at 6:25. Storner with the assist, and it's a 2-1 lead. Lindhorst on the power play, his 3rd at 8:47. Silk and Graff to make it a 3-1 game. This came off the face-off and just kind of a really nice play. And he got it off of the shoulder of the goaltender, Nave. Then the Ice Bears at 14-13 with Rita getting a goal on the power play, his 3rd. Koch and Cardinale, and Missouri State has made it a 1-goal affair. But Lindhorst comes back quickly on the power play in the third period, 3:25. His 4th, Seeger with the assist, and it's back to a 2-goal game for Ole Miss. Pellegrino on the power play just about 3 minutes later, his 3rd. Sullivan with the assist, and all of a sudden it's a 3-goal game. But the Ice Bears mount a comeback on a 4-on-4 goal. Gray, he gets a goal, his 2nd. Baldwin with the assist. And on the power play, it's 5-4. Actually, Gray's goal made it a 5-3 game, and then Rita's goal makes it 5-4. And Missouri State back in this game, just 7 minutes left on almost the same exact play. But that's really where it ends up, because Missouri State gives up a goal at 14:47 to Harlan, his 3rd. Pellegrino with the assist, and that's the final, 6-4. Power plays Missouri State 2 for 5, and the Rebels of the University of Mississippi 3 for 6, and that's really the big thing. Even though Missouri State had 2, the Rebels had 3, and 3 big ones to keep Missouri State from getting any closer. Our next broadcast for you will be the Ice Bears and the University of Kansas, and that will be coming up tomorrow at 2:30. We hope you'll join us right there, right here, that is, from MediaCom Ice Park. For our cameraman, Scotty Rice, my statistician, Matt Reisner, I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for tuning in. Unfortunately, the Ice Bears lose this game by a score of 6-4. They are now even at 7-7 on the season. Ole Miss, well, they're 5, make that 6 1-1 this season with the win here today. That'll do it for MediaCom Ice Park. We hope to see you tomorrow. And the Ice Bears and the Kansas Jayhawks. Until tomorrow in that game at 2:30 Central Time, I'm Steve Casson again saying so long and good night.